Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. We want to be talking about ICP Internet Computer Protocol once again. There is a specific indicator that I'm looking at. And if that really plays out, we could be in for some great profits here from ICP from a trading perspective, as well as even the dynamics of what the chart is going to be looking like after this kind of price section that I'm talking about. The video is going to be very much short because I want it to be nice and tight so that you really just get the idea of what I'm trying to say here. So I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It tells the algorithm that yes, in as much as this video is short, it's pretty much very much relevant. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe because I do TA on ICP and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. Let me just go ahead and get right into the chart. And we are seeing that for the most part, the market is very much green across the whole board. You can see things like Jasmine, for example, up 30% and stuff like that. ICP hasn't pumped just yet, but it really doesn't mean that it will never pump, right? Actually, for the most part, what we have seen is it pumps a little bit later than everything else. But those are minor details anyway. But what we are seeing on a weekly time frame is that we have had this uptrend for ICP and it has held pretty well. Now, if we take a look at the underlying indicators, I'm looking at the RSI. And at first sight, it may not look like anything important, but once you just try to make sense of everything, you understand that ICP has had some great bounces off of this upward trend here. Take a look at this instance. We're seeing ICP bouncing as high as something like, what was that? 140%. If we also take a look at the second instance right there, we're also seeing that ICP was having a bounce of right around something like 180%. I think that's fantastic. This time around here, we saw ICP pumping 600 something percent. That's really cool. I mean, that's a 6.7x or maybe even close to a 7x. We've also just have had some minor bounces even recently, in which you can see at this moment, for example, we were looking at somewhat of a 112% pump. The other instance here, you can see that ICP was pumping right around something like maybe a 150 something percent. So we are back on that trend line once again in our RSI. And it's one of those things that you can see that, okay, the last, how many times, 5 times that we have had the price action coming back to that line, we have had at least 100% pump. So that's really, I mean, the smallest pump here is looking like it's a 112% pump. If ICP is to go ahead and repeat probably the same thing here, we're looking at the price action being as high as something like $18. At the beginning of the video, I said that this actually has got great implications on how the chart is going to be looking. So let me just go ahead and illustrate that. We're going to make use of the daily time frame, and what you notice is that if you go ahead and break something like $18, you have basically cleared all Fibonacci retracement levels. So the next thing that you are looking to do here is to pump higher than the $21 that we saw back in March 2024. And I think this is where the fireworks begin for ICP, because that $21 resistance is very much significant for ICP Internet Computer Protocol. I mean, overall, I'm still expecting very much high price targets here for ICP. These are not secrets, because I always say at the beginning of every video that I make on YouTube that I'm looking at something like $70, $130 something, and then from there, even upwards of $200 is where I expect ICP to go this bull run. But immediate short-term price section, I'm even thinking about taking a trade, and I'm going to be announcing that trade in our private Discord group, which you can join via Patreon if you want. But I think, yeah, there is an opportunity here with ICP Internet Computer Protocol, just looking at how that RSI has behaved in the past. But I mean, if you want to be looking for confluence right around the market, you can also see that we have things like the total 2, which is the market cap of all cryptos, excluding BTC. But we have had an indication that we had back in 2021, which was the weekly price action and the weekly moving average, is the 100 weekly moving average as well as the 200 weekly moving average crossing, forming this golden ratio or the golden cross. And this actually just led this whole market into a frenzy. So this is a moment in which we are at this point, and I think that ICP is not just going to be sitting back and seeing everything pump and it will just stay at $9. I mean, that's a little bit loose now. You're telling me that the fastest chain on planet Earth is just going to be sitting back and not participating in this bull cycle? I don't think so. So I mean, Ethereum also is looking like it's having an inverse head and shoulders pattern. And you may be asking, like, okay, what does that have to do with ICP Internet Computer Protocol? I mean, in the market, if you look around, there are some 2 sectors, right? Some other things have already pumped and done well, but there are things which are related to Ethereum, either Ethereum competitors or maybe layer 2s and stuff like that. We haven't actually done much, and ICP happens to fall in that category. Yeah, it's a layer 1 on its own, but it's also somewhat related to how the price section of Ethereum is going to be. So yeah, I think it's one of those moments, but I think that we're not going to be waiting for a very long time. I want to thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button, share the video with the friends and family, and then of course, if you want to be trading with us in our private Discord group, feel free to join that via the Patreon. The link will be down there in the comment section or maybe the description. So thank you. Bye-bye.